SD Nation, welcome back. You're probably very familiar with this course, Glenview. You just saw us play a scramble here in June, but this time we're watching the real pros come tear it up, and they're going to do a lot better than we did. So you know who I am, big fan, aka the long stroker. But today we have a special guest, Mr. Keith, here with the APGA. I'll let him introduce himself and tell you who he is, but very delighted to be here today.
I like to play golf, she call me stroke daddy. I stroke her so good, she yell stroke daddy. She know daddy long legs, she know step daddies. But when she met me, she met a stroke daddy. I like to play golf, she call me stroke daddy. I stroke her so good, she yell stroke.
Thanks. I'm Keith Houlemard, CEO of the APGA. APGA is both a professional tour and it's also a foundation. So we are a tour and a foundation. We invite and bring people into golf, but most importantly, we run a pro tour which gives access to underserved communities to play golf at the highest level.
Yeah, so first off, congratulations on being appointed CEO this January, right?
Yes.
So yeah, so how's it been taking over the torch?
Oh, it's been so fun. I had the blessing of being on the board for a couple of years before taking the role. So the previous CEO, Ken Bentley, asked me to take on some leadership responsibilities on the board, work on a future project. So that really sort of gave me a lot of runway. Yeah. But coming in, all the work that's been done by the team before has set it up amazingly. The APGA gives out $1.3 million in bonus and prize money. We have 18 tour stops. We get to play 6 TPC courses. We play amazing courses in the past. We've played Valhalla and Baltusrol. We have one invitational at Cisco hosts that we do at Pebble Beach. So we have a blessing of great courses, great events, great prize money. But most importantly, it's a great group of guys who play on the tour. So being able to provide that platform is amazing. And, you know, you call it work, you call it a job. It's almost like fun for me to be involved in something like this. Call it post my retirement from my professional career.
So speaking of your professional career, tell us a little bit about your journey and things like that. So how did you end up getting on the board?
So I worked for Nike for 30 years and I had some amazing roles at Nike. For 5 years, I ran Global Olympics. For 4 years, I was president of the Jordan brand, finished as a GM out in Europe, and it was a 30-year career. But at the end, what I realized was I cared more about the people I was working with, what I was trying to accomplish and what change I was bringing about. So when I retired in 2019, I just sought to be on 3 or 4 different nonprofit boards and seeking to provide access and opportunity to underserved communities across the board.
I love that.
But the APGA turned out to be one that was just perfectly suited. It's sport. It's the sport I love, right? It's
we
all
love
of that.
it, but it don't love us, right?
No, it's the most dysfunctional relationship in my life. No matter what I do,
love it.
she beats me. She does all that, and I'm like, can we go again tomorrow?
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But no, that's awesome, man. So obviously, you had a very successful career at 30 years at one of the, if not most recognizable brands in the world with Nike and then the Jordan brand. I just watched Air actually, so that's a great movie.
It's good.
But then, you know, obviously you've now transitioned and you're working for the APGA, like you said. So just tell us a little bit about your role as the CEO of the APGA.
So essentially, as CEO, I'm responsible for everything. We have a great team. We have a guy, Cole Smith, who you may have met earlier, who runs all our tour. We have an amazing lady running marketing, an amazing lady running sponsorship and development. Okay. And then we also have somebody who's now in charge of all player development. Sure. So the biggest thing is we're a development tour. We're trying to get people better at golf so they can play higher level tours. Yeah. Because our goal is to make golf better by changing the face of golf.
I love it. I love it. Especially, I mean, it's so cool coming out here, and I've been watching some of these guys that, you know, I just watched Willie Mack at Pinehurst. I've seen Chase Johnson teed up with Tiger at Riviera, you know, seeing some of these guys, and then to see them in person, it's almost kind of surreal. Like, you know, I just was watching you on TV, and so you guys have done a great job. And of course, I always love, me and my brother, we had a chance to play Torrey Pines, and so watching these guys, I'm like, they played a lot different than I played it, but, you know, I love seeing those guys every year at the Farmers out there. So you guys have done so many great things for getting players there. So who would you say, who should we be watching out for on the APGA coming up next?
Oh shoot, it's everybody. We have a great program with Bridgestone that brings young collegiate players right after they finish college. we bring 5 each year onto our tour.
Okay.
So that group, this year's group is great with Everett Whiten and Greg Odom, amongst others. Cole Stevens. We have some really talented people who are joining. So I say follow the young ones, but I really say follow everybody from local like Kevin Hall to your guy Christian, all the way up and down. They're amazing, amazing golfers and great people. Yeah. The last thing I'll say is to everyone out there, come check out the APGA.
Oh my gosh.
18 stops. Go to apgatour.org. Check us out. We have some great places. Next we'll be in Louisiana at the end of the month. So having people like you come out, support, be interested, and see what we're doing, because I think we're making a great impact. And we provide something I think is the best thing the world don't know about.
It really is. And so that's what I was just talking to a gentleman who's been a teaching pro in the local Cincinnati area when we were walking a couple of holes, and he was like, I wish we had more people that could come watch these great players play, because I mean, this is some of the best golf you're going to get to see.
100%.
It really is. I've been to LIV, I've been to PGA, I've been to LPGA, I've been to Corn Ferry. I've seen them all play this year alone, and it's just a different beast when you see, like, these guys are hitting the ball just the same way. They're just as good. They can play just as well.
It's just a small difference, and that's what we seek to provide, all that opportunity, not just in the tournament, but through player development, through coaching, through all of that to get folks to the next level.
Resources is a big thing in this golf. It is not, or in golf, it's not a cheap sport. So, all right, 2 last questions. So the first is, when you think about the PGA right now, and then you got LIV, I guess too. You got Bryson, you got Scott, you got all these guys tearing it up out there. Who you watching to win the next major?
I don't know, because I'm a fan guy. So I root for Tony Finau.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I was sad when he lost the last major.
But most of the guys, we talked earlier, I grew up in Southern California, so Colin Morikawa grew up like 3 miles from where I am. So I root for those guys, but I root for everybody. I'm rooting for Chase Johnson to be out there. I'm rooting for Marcus Bird to come out there, and so on. Right. So those guys.
We got some good guys.
That's really where it's at.
You know, making the cut first, and then going out there and showing up on Sunday like they can, because like you said, it's very small, and these guys can turn it on at any moment and be sitting up there Sunday afternoon hoisting trophies. So I love to see it. Well, last thing, if you don't mind, just telling SD Nation a little bit about where they can follow the APGA on any social medias or anything like that, so that they can tap into the next event.
But as I said, apgatour.org online, APGA Tour on Instagram and Facebook. Follow us, check us out. We're going from New Orleans to Atlanta, and then we have Pebble Beach, all coming up in the next 6 weeks. It's a great thing, and wherever we seek to have a kids and a youth clinic at the same time. So come out and support.
Yeah, I love that, because you guys just did one at Avon Fields here in Cincinnati.
Yeah, just day before yesterday.
I saw the pictures there. So, well, Keith, thank you so much for taking some time.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Always good.
This was fun.
Ready to watch these guys keep tearing up the course these next 2 days. So enjoy.
Bet it.
SD Nation, out.